Alright, so if you're even remotely into performance SUVs, you might want to sit down for this one because the 2026 Lamborghini Urus is shaping up to be a really interesting evolution of Lamborghini's most successful model ever. Now, the Urus has always been a bit controversial. When it first came out, some people loved the idea of a Lamborghini you could daily drive, take skiing, or haul groceries in, while others felt it was a little too practical for a raging bull. But fast forward to now, and the Urus has basically become the blueprint for what a super SUV should be. And the 2026 version? It's Lamborghini doubling down on that idea while pushing things forward in a big way. First off, let's talk about the design, because yes, it still looks unmistakably like a Lamborghini. The 2026 Urus doesn't reinvent the shape, but it definitely sharpens it. The front end is more aggressive, with slimmer headlights and a meaner-looking grille that makes the whole SUV look lower and wider, even when it's standing still. The lines are cleaner, more sculpted, and everything feels just a little more futuristic without going full spaceship. Around the back, the taillights get a refreshed look that ties in more closely with Lamborghini's newer supercars. It's subtle, but it gives the Urus a more modern vibe, especially at night. Overall, it still has that muscular, almost fighter jet on stilts look, but now it feels more refined, more confident, like Lamborghini knows exactly what this SUV is supposed to be. Now here's where things get really interesting, the engine situation. For 2026, Lamborghini is fully committing to electrification with the Urus. That doesn't mean the fun is gone, though. Far from it. The big news is that the Urus is now a hybrid, pairing a twin-turbo V8 with an electric motor. The result? Even more power than before, quicker acceleration, and surprisingly smoother everyday driving. What I love about this move is that it's not just about meeting emissions rules, it actually makes the Urus better. You get instant response from the electric motor when you step on the throttle, and then the V8 comes in with that deep, angry Lamborghini sound we all want. It's still fast. Like, really fast. We're talking supercar embarrassing acceleration and something you can comfortably fit 5 adults in. And yes, there's an electric-only mode for short trips around town. It's quiet, it's smooth, and it kind of feels surreal driving a Lamborghini that isn't announcing itself from 3 blocks away. But the moment you switch back into the sportier modes, it's all business again. Another area Lamborghini has clearly spent time on is off-road capability. Now, let's be real, most Urus owners aren't rock-crawling or blasting through mud every weekend. But the fact that it can do those things is part of the appeal. For 2026, Lamborghini has improved the drive modes, making the Urus even more adaptable to different surfaces like snow, sand, and dirt. The suspension has been refined to give better control when things get rough, while still delivering that sharp, sporty feel on pavement. It's one of those vehicles that can genuinely do a little bit of everything, comfortably cruise on the highway, carve up mountain roads, and still handle a sketchy trail to a remote cabin without breaking a sweat. Step inside, and this is where the 2026 Urus really shows its growth. The interior feels more high-end and more user-friendly than ever. Lamborghini has cleaned up the layout, improved the screens, and made the whole cabin feel more intuitive. There's still plenty of drama, hexagon shapes, bold stitching, and that unmistakable Lamborghini vibe, but now it feels more polished. The infotainment system is quicker and easier to use, the digital displays are clearer, and there's more customization than before. Whether you want a sporty, minimalist look or something that feels more luxurious, the Urus lets you tailor the experience. And of course, the materials are exactly what you'd expect: leather, carbon fiber, Alcantara. Everything feels expensive because, well, it is. Comfort has also been improved, especially for passengers. Rear seat space is generous, the ride is smoother in comfort mode, and road noise is better controlled. It's still a performance monster, but it's also a genuinely pleasant place to spend long drives. Now let's talk pricing, because this is a Lamborghini, after all. The 2026 Urus is expected to come in a bit higher than previous models, mainly because of the new hybrid system and updated tech. While exact numbers will vary depending on options, it's safe to say this is firmly in 6-figure territory. That said, when you compare it to other high-performance luxury SUVs, the Urus still makes a strong case for itself. Which brings us to how it compares to past Urus models. If you've driven or even just seen an earlier Urus, the 2026 version feels like a more mature evolution. It's faster, smarter, more efficient, and more comfortable, all without losing the wild personality that made people fall in love with it in the first place. Earlier models were all about shock value. Look, Lamborghini made an SUV and it's insanely fast. The 2026 Urus feels more like, of course Lamborghini makes one of the best performance SUVs in the world, why wouldn't they? It's confident, refined, and still completely ridiculous in the best way possible. So the big question is, who is this for? Honestly, it's for the person who wants everything. Supercar performance, daily usability, luxury, cutting-edge tech, and now a nod toward a more electrified future. The 2026 Urus isn't trying to replace Lamborghini's supercars, it's carving out its own lane and absolutely owning it. At the end of the day, the Urus continues to prove that practicality and excitement don't have to cancel each other out. If anything, the 2026 model shows that Lamborghini is getting better at blending those worlds. It's bold, it's fast, it's luxurious, and it still feels special every time you look at it. And honestly, if this is what the future of Lamborghini SUVs looks like, I'm all in.